Channel 2 News at 6.
The latest on the disaster at the World Trade Center. An underground explosion killed several people, injuring hundreds more.
Good evening, everyone. For thousands, it was a day of terror in the Twin Towers.
And the search for the cause of this explosion is now in the hands of, among others, the FBI and the New York City Police Bomb Squad. Correspondent Brian Williams has the latest now from the World Trade Center.
Jim, without question, one of the most extraordinary events in New York's recent history. The afternoon that Lower Manhattan shook and then stood still.
You said you're fixing to hit us tonight, he said. No, we are not fixing to hit you. That is not true. Nobody's coming in there. Okay. You got my word, it's solid. It's 1,000% absolute, okay? Okay. I know that everybody's skittish, but, you know, we just got to work on the kids. Sure. Wait. Hello? Hello? No, hurry. Nobody's going to come and kill you. No. No. Nobody's coming.
What is God intending to bring out of this situation? If we do our part as His servants, the government does their part as whoever they are in the plan of God. What is it that God plans to bring out of it? That's the way they thought.
We never went in. We did not introduce fire into this compound. It was not our intention that this compound be burned down. I can't tell you the shock and the horror that all of us felt when we saw those flames coming out there. It was, oh my God, they're killing themselves.
I just hope everyone doesn't jump to making decisions before they've heard our side. Right now, all you're hearing is the press. You're hearing a very perverted press. Trust God, read the Bible, know what you're talking about. What are you doing with life? What do you do every day with your life? Is it something God approves of? I mean, before you judge us through your own life, you know, I mean, we're being stripped.
We believe that this thing had to be brought to a logical conclusion at some point. We never fired one single round of ammunition.
Were there rules of engagement by the FBI? What were they?
Yes, they were, that they would not shoot unless someone's life was endangered.
Last winter, the FBI was praised for its speed in cracking the case of the World Trade Center bombing and bringing 4 suspects to trial. Now, there is some evidence that the FBI may have known of the plot in advance through an informant and might even have stopped the bombing that killed 6 people. Correspondent Jacqueline Adams has the story.
FBI agents might have been able to prevent last February's deadly explosion at New York's World Trade Center. They discussed secretly substituting harmless powder for the explosives, but they didn't, according to the FBI's own informant, Imad Salem. Unbeknownst to the FBI at the time, Salem recorded many of his conversations with his handlers.
I'm holding 903 pages of draft transcripts.
William Kunstler represents Sheikh Omar Abdel Rahman and several others charged with conspiring to blow up a series of New York City landmarks 4 months after the World Trade Center bombing. That case has not yet gone to trial. Kunstler confirmed newspaper reports of the Salem transcripts. In one, Salem complains to an FBI agent, "Since the bomb went off, I feel terrible. I feel bad. I feel here is people who don't listen." The agent replies, "Hey, I mean, it wasn't like you didn't try and I didn't try. You can't force people to do the right thing."
There is material in here to show gross governmental misconduct.
Today, attorneys for the defendants in the ongoing World Trade Center bombing case formally asked for the transcripts of Salem's tapes.
Quite frankly, beyond me why now, the 4th week into the trial, we we still don't have these materials.
Prosecutors have refused to comment publicly, but legal experts say the defense may have no right to those transcripts.
It's not a defense to a crime to say, if only the government had stopped me, I wouldn't have done it. So this isn't material that ordinarily the defense would be entitled to.
In court today, a witness from the Ford Motor Company linked debris recovered from the explosion site to a Ford van where defendant Mohammed Salama was arrested less than a week after the bombing. Jacqueline Adams, CBS News, New York.
Those amphibious vessels had...
Bernie, you know, we were talking about the families of the Marines who are involved, and it was remarkable after the Gulf War, as we were able to talk to others after the remarkable coverage of that war, how important this live coverage is to them, because there's no way they're going to get any word from the forces who are executing the operations to what is going on.
And the wives, of course, of the sailors who are on the Juno, the picture there we just saw of the LSD. It's good to have this daylight, Jamie McIntyre, at the Pentagon, because we're getting more definition and we can see very clearly and we can better identify what we're looking at.
It was a little tough there at the beginning, Bernie, but you can see the Juno is the ship that's closer into shore. I don't know if you can see the Rushmore. It's a little bit...
What's the mood over there at the Pentagon, Jim?
Well, it's very upbeat at the moment. There was a little bit of tenseness early on in the very early parts of this mission when some of the Navy SEALs went ashore and were captured in the glare of television lights. That made some people here quite uneasy, concerned that if there were any Somalis who were out to do harm to U.S. troops, that would make them, the SEALs, easy target. The Navy SEALs are used to operating under the cover of darkness very secretly, and it was a bit unnerving to run into a large group of news cameramen. But that got sorted out rather quickly, and now that, of course, light is, dawn has broken, as it were, the question of light is not a problem, and, of course, more and more forces are moving in to secure the area.
Of course, we're now getting to the main thrust of this operation, James Blackwell. We're seeing the deployment now, the Marines coming out of these choppers, taking up their positions. The operation is really underway.
Yes, Bernie, and...
Candy Crowley is at the White House.
Bernie, it's been a pretty quiet White House today. The president has been largely out of the public eye. He did see some people tonight at a Christmas reception. But about half an hour, 45 minutes ago, we did get the president's first reaction to what's now ongoing in Somalia. He issued a statement under the office of the press secretary, Marlin Fitzwater. In that statement, the president, Marlin Fitzwater wrote, President Bush is pleased by the success of the initial landing phase of Operation Restore Hope in Somalia. United States forces went ashore at approximately 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time this evening, 4:30 a.m. Somali time. This initial phase will focus on establishing secure airport and court facilities. President Bush will be advised of developments in Somalia on a regular basis by his national security staff in the White House Situation Room.
One explosion caused, because here's now what we are starting to learn about the succession, or what someone obviously hoped would be a succession of explosions. The first bomb that was in the federal building did go off. It did the damage that you see right there. The second explosive was found and diffused. The third explosive that was found, and they are working on right now as we speak, I understand, both the second and third explosives, if you can imagine this, were larger than the first. So try to imagine two- or threefold happening what we've already seen there. It is just incredible to think that there was that much heavy artillery that was somehow moved into the downtown Oklahoma City Federal Building.
Two other explosive devices were found that were not detonated, and they were larger than the first.
I think he said another bomb.
Oh my God, another bomb.
We just saw, if you were watching there was a white pickup truck backing a trailer into the scene here. They're trying to move people out of the way so they can get it in. Appears to be the Oklahoma County Bomb Squad. It's their bomb disposal unit, essentially, is what it is, and it is what they would use to, if the report that we gave you just a few moments ago turns out to be correct, that they have found a second explosive device of some kind inside this building. They'll back that trailer down there, and the bomb squad folks will go in and they will use that trailer. You see the bucket on the back there, sort of, this is how they would transport the explosive device away from this populated area to try to do something with it.
The Justice Department is reporting that a second explosive device has been found in the A.P. Murrah building in downtown Oklahoma City. Mike, you're still with us, aren't you?
Yes, I am, and I might tell you in addition to that, in fact what we were told at the scene a few minutes ago was that in fact 2 different explosive devices were found in addition to the one that went off.
So a total of 3.
A total of 3.
Now confirmed through federal authorities that a second bomb.
Today, I ordered our armed forces to strike at terrorist-related facilities in Afghanistan and Sudan because of the imminent threat they presented to our national security. I want to speak with you about the objective of this action and why it was necessary. Our target was terror. Our mission was clear: to strike at the network of radical groups affiliated with and funded by Osama bin Laden, perhaps the preeminent organizer and financier of international terrorism in the world today. The groups associated with him come from diverse places but share a hatred for democracy, a fanatical glorification of violence,